Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with allthingsbbq.com, and this is Honey Habanero Buffalo Wings. Now we all know that there is no specific season for buffalo wings, as buffalo wings can be grown and harvested year-round. But if there was a specific season for buffalo wings, I like to think it might revolve around that big game between the two professional football teams. You know what I'm talking about. It's Super. Now today we're not doing our classic buffalo wing recipe, which I adore. We are actually gonna change it up just a little bit by making Honey Habanero Buffalo Wings. So a little bit extra sweetness and some fresh habaneros. It's a winning combination. Now today we're gonna be cooking on the Yoder Smoker's adjustable flat top charcoal grill. And we're gonna be utilizing the reverse sear technique on these chicken wings. So what I wanna do is get a chimney of charcoal going because we want to be able to smoke these wings for a while before we finish them with a high heat sear. All right, so we're gonna start by lighting a little fire starter. We get our chimney going. And we'll just let that go until it's glowing red hot. So now we're gonna go ahead and break down our chicken wings. We got about 5 pounds of whole wings. Just wanna break them down into the flats and drumettes. So if you're buying your wings whole like this and you wanna take them down into smaller pieces, you're just gonna find the seams. I just come in right in between the two. You can kind of pop that and see where that seam is. It's easy as that. All right, so we're gonna get these things seasoned up now. I'm just gonna hit the outside with a little bit of our pit fire hot sauce just to act as a binder. We don't need much. And then we're gonna season these up with some Cattleman's Grill Trail Dust, all-purpose seasoning. Now definitely with the buffalo wing, what you're shaking on here is not the star of the show. That's gonna be the buffalo sauce itself, but a nice flavor base is a great idea, even if it's just salt and pepper. But we'll go a little bit above and beyond with the trail dust today. All right, so we've got our one chimney dumped out on this far right side of the grill. I'm gonna put a chunk of cherry wood in here, and this is gonna provide our smoke for the smoking portion. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put all of our wings on the cold side of the grill. We're just gonna leave these over here. You'll see here in a little bit how they start to really soak up the smoke. I'm gonna put our flats even further from the fire because they cook a bit faster. And we're just gonna close the grill up now and let these smoke. So now I'm gonna make sure that I keep my airflow pretty closed down. Just like you would do with a Weber kettle or with your Kamado Joe, you wanna shut down the air in the bottom, which we've already done. You're gonna shut down the air most of the way at the top, and that way everything moves slow. There's not a lot of oxygen to feed the fire so that we keep the temperature low-ish. I mean, this is a pretty warm smoke. Without knowing exactly what temperature at, we're just gonna be using our thermometer. And I bet we give these at least half an hour of smoke before we go to sear them. So while those wings are smoking, we're gonna put together a couple of sauces, starting with the Honey Habanero Buffalo sauce. All right, so we're gonna start with 1 stick of butter, or a half cup of butter. And then we're gonna come over here and prep our habaneros. I'm just gonna slice these down for now because we're actually gonna finish this sauce in the blender. So I don't really need to mince these up. Oh, they're so fragrant. Such a fruity smell to them. Add a lot of great flavor to this buffalo sauce. So once that butter is melted, we're gonna start adding the rest of the ingredients. Now, this is that bottle of pit fire that I opened to use as a binder on the wings. We're gonna put the rest of it in here with the butter. That's about 2/3 of a cup of hot sauce. Still not out. Next, we're gonna add about 1 tablespoon of some wildflower honey. Got a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, half teaspoon of celery seed and garlic powder, and then some smoked paprika, and then finally the habaneros. So just gonna bring the heat up a little bit here, and we wanna bring this to a simmer, let it simmer away for a few minutes just to let all these flavors start to mingle. All right, so now that that's looking pretty, we're gonna put it into the Vitamix. Woo! That is a pungent aroma. And we're just gonna crank this thing up and blend it until it's smooth. Look at that. Such a beautiful color. All right, that's all there is to it. Have a little taste. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a buffalo with the burn. But you also get that nice fruitiness of those habaneros and just that touch of sweetness from the honey. That's good stuff. So this is what we're going to toss the wings in after they come off of the grill. Now let's move on to making ourselves a special, a little bit different type of ranch dressing. Now typically with a buttermilk ranch, we've got a lot of herbs like parsley and dill. We're switching this up a little bit today. So we're gonna be using some cilantro, some chives. We got chipotle and adobo. We're gonna be using lime juice for our acid. So we're gonna mince this down. We want about a 1/4 cup of cilantro. Now you could mince all of this stuff by hand and just whisk it together in a bowl, or you can do what we're gonna do today, which is to throw it all in a blender and blitz it, and then we'll have this like nice bright greenish ranch dressing. And we're gonna do about a tablespoon of minced chives. Also got a clove of garlic here. We're just gonna smash that and throw it in smashed without any of that paper on there. And now we're ready to build the buttermilk ranch. So we're gonna start with a 1/2 cup of mayo, add a 1/2 cup of sour cream, 1/4 cup of buttermilk. Need about a tablespoon of this lime juice, but we're just gonna squeeze all of this half in here. Then we're gonna come in with that chipotle and adobo and our herbs and garlic. We're gonna add a little bit of salt, and this is actually a habanero infused salt from Jacobson. And then we've got the Telecherry black peppercorns. We're starting to see that green color come out. Just scrape down the sides just a little bit. All right. So there we have our buttermilk ranch dressing with the chipotle. Tasty little dipping sauce to go with our buffalo wings. We want to bring them up to about 150 before we do our high heat grill. We can already see how much smoke. Look at all that smoke color they're taking on. All right, let's keep going. The wings have been smoking away for about 45 minutes now. We're gonna check on the internal temperatures, but my guess is it's about time to dump in some more charcoal and grill these things off. Some really nice color going on these for sure. Let's check some temps. 143, 137. So really we could let these go a little bit longer, but our charcoal that we've got going in some chimneys is ready to go. So I say we dump it in here. We'll get some nice char on the outside of these, and we can always finish them indirect if we need to. So just gonna try and spread out our charcoal evenly. And then we can just slide this entire grate right over the top. So with this reverse sear technique here, we're kind of getting the best of both worlds. We've got a really nice smokiness we're adding to the wings that you don't typically get when you just grill them, but you have to have that high heat to really crisp up the skin. This skin is incredibly rubbery right now. You would not want to eat it. So what we're doing now with this high heat underneath is we're rendering the fat out of the skin so it'll have a nice bite through texture. You know, since we need to bring the internal temperature up as well as getting this color on the outside, we probably ought to close this up. But before I do that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and give these a turn so we can get some color on the opposite side. You know, things are going pretty well in there. I think we could use a little more space just in between the food and the heat, so I'm gonna lower this down to the lowest setting. And for now, we're just gonna wait. It won't take long for us to get some color on there. If our wings aren't ready to come off yet, we'll just slide the whole grate off to the side to finish indirect. Boy, these are looking beautiful. Great color on there. Getting that skin rendered. Let's move this off of that direct heat now. We're just gonna close this up, and we gotta wait for these to come up to temperature. Now, speaking of what is up to temperature on a wing, I want at least 175. And these are getting there. I bet some of the smaller ones are pretty close, but for the most part, at least 175 is ideal. That's when they really want to fall off the bone. All right, so these are hot off the grill now. So we're gonna hit these immediately with our Honey Habanero Buffalo sauce. And then we just want to get them all the way coated, so let's just shake them around, toss them a bit. All right, let's platter them up. Not wasting any of that sauce either. Chipotle Buttermilk Ranch, Honey Habanero Buffalo Wings. This looks incredible. Let's dig in. Well, I can already feel the crackle of the skin. Dang. That is smoky. And that's really nice. Ooh, the heat just starts to build on you. It doesn't hit you right off the bat. Man, that sauce has so much flavor to it. It's such a beautiful color as well. I'm gonna dunk it in the ranch here real quick. Oh yeah. Got that herby, creamy thing going on. A little bit of tang to it. Heat's building a little bit more. I'm okay. Man, the great thing about this recipe is you can make it as hot or as mild as you want. Well, within reason. One habanero is the most mild. You can go up to like 6 habaneros in here. You'd be crying, sweating, laughing, tears of joy and happiness and pain. It'd be worth it. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out allthingsbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoy the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to allthingsbbq.com/thesauce. All Things Barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.